Hey, good morning. It's John on the 530 Drive. Hey, just to remind you, I'm no guru. I'm just here to pass on some information that has helped me grow and improve my life. Hey, messages coming in. So today I want to talk about limiting beliefs. That's something that has really held me back, I think, most of my life. And it comes from how I grew up and where I grew up. I went to a coaching session with my coach, Tom Ferry. We spent about a little over an hour in his office discussing what happens when I start getting a certain level of success and improvement and getting better and stronger and making more money or whatever it may be. I sabotage myself and take 10 steps backwards. And I couldn't figure out why that always happens. And it's not conscious. It's on a subconscious level. I start to feel this like this fear of success when I start doing well. And it could be in anything. Like I don't deserve it. And I think it goes back, a lot of it goes back to where and how I was raised. I was raised in small town Iowa, where there's a certain amount of valor involved in the struggle. People who didn't have a lot and worked hard and worked the fields and farmers and didn't make a lot of money. And there's a valor involved in that. Like, man, I'm working my ass off and I'm just getting by and putting food on the table. And we have more than a lot of people. And, so it had the mentality of, not consciously, but subconsciously, that people that had money or people that made money or that were considered rich were bad and they were doing something wrong or ripping somebody off, or they shouldn't have that level of success. So the valor of the farmer, every time you talk to somebody, how's it going? Well, the crops are coming in. We got some issues. There's always like the doom and gloom of what's going on in life, and nobody could have that high level of success because they're considered bad. And like I said, this wasn't a conscious thing. It wasn't said. It wasn't spoken like, oh, people who make money are bad, or people who make money, don't deserve it, or are stealing, or, whatever it may be. It was never said like that, but there was always there was more valor in being broke and working your ass off and working the land and not having money and just enough to get by and feed the family. And just, we're not that African family who's starving in Africa right now. So I grew up with that mentality, and it's been hard to overcome. I'll find myself start getting certain higher level successes, and I'll start to make more money, or like I said, lose weight, and I'll sabotage myself. And I didn't realize what it was until I had that hour meeting with my coach, Tom Ferry, and he pointed out to me that I'm limiting myself and how to overcome that. The first thing you have to do is figure out why you're limiting yourself and how. Everybody does it. It's one of those things that it's so hard to overcome, and it may be something that you've got from your parents, or something that you've picked up by people telling you, you're not smart enough, you didn't finish college, you don't deserve this, or telling yourself that. So the first thing is identifying what the problem is and figure out, how in the hell am I going to get through this? And then once you figure out what the problem is and identify it, it becomes much easier because you catch yourself doing it. Like I'll have a really great month in real estate, and then the next month will start to go down, and I realize, shit, I'm doing it again. And I got to overcome that and realize I can do better. I just got to push myself. So it's a tough situation, and I wish I could give a total straight answer on how to crush it. It's hard, but the first thing and the most important thing to do is identify what's holding you back from your true potential. And once you identify it, and then you've got to observe it and figure out when it happens, and then identify it again and realize that this is happening again. And here's how I stop it. You mentally say, I'm going to get through this. I understand what's going on. I identify the problem, and I'm overcoming it. So that's it. There's no real easy, simple solution, but the most important thing is identifying the problem. What is holding you back? Is it something from your past? It's always something from your past. So realize what it is, overcome it. If you have any comments, comment below. If you think this might help somebody else, feel free to tag them in this video or share it on your wall. Either way, I'll be doing these every weekday morning at 5:30. Hopefully it helps some people. And I love seeing you. I love seeing some of the names coming on here. Ron Pfeiffer, Brian Milley, a bunch of people from Hudson, Jeff Johnson, all my old high school buddies. So that's it, guys. Have a wonderful day. Stay blessed. And I love you very much. I'll talk to you later.